Welcome back, everybody. This is Dren608. This is a continuation of the affectionately known C.U.C.U campaign. Stands for Cripple the UK, collapse the USSR, which my opponent did. USSR is back in the war, making very little progress in the winter of 44 here. The winter has extended itself all the way into May. Poor weather everywhere except the warm zone, which I can't really attack because I don't have any footholds down here to do anything in the Mediterranean. The footholds that I did try to grab, they all just got crushed. So that's just the way it goes. So we've done the weather. I believe the next thing we do is production here. So I think that's just me straightening out my card. I was setting things up for our first thing to do, and then I think we do production. Yeah, I set up production here. British aren't doing too badly. They have 30. Soviets have 44. So, yeah, we were having some trouble getting connected there. And while he was doing that, I was trying to make sure everything got set up. And then we were into it once we finally got connected, and then he rolled a 2 plus 3, which was a 5. I had a 6, so he got back a factory, didn't lose one. And then here he's 6 to 2 again because he stopped all my bombers, and he got a 10 to my 7, so I lost a factory. I needed to have an 8. So the West is just going downhill here. Alright, so I strategically moved somebody out of the ports because I'm going to start bringing people in for next turn. He grabs Trondheim. He didn't quite have the movement points, I guess, to get to Stavanger. So I technically still have a toehold in Norway if I wanted to go back there, but it doesn't seem like a good idea. I should close this so you guys can see the map. Alright, so we are in the action sub-phase. I don't remember what he did for a strategic move. Uh, 40 to 23, 42. Oh, he strategically moved an army back here so that it would be in supply so he doesn't have to use his convoy for it and stuff. That's what that was. And I don't think I had anything for the allies. So now he's kind of setting up to deal with me in poor weather. So we were talking about what's the best place to put German armies to try and hang on to things. Wanted to have a retreat route for them. And it's kind of pulling back a little bit. Setting up a second line in case I get a breakthrough so I can't just like run around behind him and grab things. If I get a lucky 6-1 split on an assault or something. And then what was this? Oh, I was trying to show him where I think I had troops that could invade. He was interested in seeing where I could invade. So he decided that my best shot was going to be coming into Amsterdam and Rotterdam. But it is poor weather, so that's still a long shot because you're minus so much. So he decided that he was going to send a couple of German aircraft over to the east and just try and deal with me with 4 aircraft in Europe. When we got down to supplies, we were like, he's like, oh, you can invade here. Yeah, it's fair. I could invade that German infantry, taking back Basra and then cleaning up the Kuwaiti thing. So he decided to go ahead and supply him and the guys over here by Suez. Went ahead and used up some supply. And then he did his supply up here. I think the only thing he supplied was he did the Italian Navy and that, so I couldn't intercept the Italian Navy. And then UK first. I went ahead and said, I need to get out of London. I need to go make myself useful. He has the ability to intercept me. Where? Because he has the German surface action marker there. And he also could, he can't quite hit me with that Italian Navy, but he said, just go wherever it is you're going to go. I'm going over here because I need to pick stuff up. So I brought the first fleet convoy and the first armored, U.S. armored in. Said, you going to intercept me? He's like, no, you're escorted. I'm not going to waste my resources. And then I took this guy and dropped him in there. Came back here. Got fighter command out of there. What did I bring in here? I brought in another fighter, U.S. fighter. And I brought the first French into Plymouth. He's like, go ahead. And then I brought the 7th Armored. And I was like, oh, you can intercept me in C Zone 2 with the Italians if you'd like, but I'm already flipped, so you're not gaining anything. You can just run up sorties if you'd like. And he's like, nope, go ahead. All right. And that was it. British are all in places where they get fully supplied, so we're done. We go into the Soviets. I was able to move in here and try to launch an assault on his armored unit. I went ahead and threw in the tanks, so I ended up being a net plus. I think I went through it. I was +1 because I'm elite, +1 for a tank, +2 for the shock, +1 for an airplane, and then -1 for that. So it's +4 to +3. I did my job. I rolled a 6 and got a 6 + 4. I got a 10. And then he rolled a 2 rather than rolling the defensive one. So 2 + 5. 2 + 3 is a 5, so he got retreated. So he retreated back to there. And I went ahead and took it with the shock army. Because I'm going to lose an army to the Germans. I want it to be a shock army because it only costs 1 point to replace. And then I moved the armor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I took this shock army, went 1, 2, 3. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to force his German infantry to have a disadvantage on trying to retreat or anything. So, I'm attacking from here with this guy, 2 for the armored and 2 for this. I'll be 2, 4, 6 plus an airplane, 7 -1. So he should be +6 to +2, maybe +3 if he throws in the armored unit. So we go. I think I went through the whole adding. Maybe I didn't. I didn't do that right. Did I not? Maybe I didn't throw the tank in here. Okay, I didn't throw the tank. I was +6. So yeah, I took a +5. Again, he rolled a 1. So I went ahead and took the space. So slowly but surely, I'm trying to break across the Niper here. Do that. Him, so that's 4. I think I'm going to throw in an airplane. We had to go to combat commitment. I threw in an airplane. He did not throw in anything. So he had a 6 and I had a 6 total, so it didn't go anywhere. Then we try to push him across the river here. And he did move his tanks out for this one. And I had a 9. 9 to a 7 would have been okay, but it guaranteed that he wasn't going to be retreated. So then because that was what we were talking about, is like if I could get him retreated, then I could put this guy here and possibly push across the Niper in the upper Niper, and or take this hex here and kind of trap this German infantry. So that was why he had to defend that hex. That hex was important to allow him to retreat properly, because it would have let me surround some German infantry. So then we go here, throw in 1 tank. I only end up at net +3 because I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. Should be -2. It should only be a 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. I think I throw in an airplane. So that's how I got up to 3. All right. I rolled a 3 to my 7, so I got him retreated. I was hoping to get a DD, but so I go ahead and try and figure out who I wanted. I take that, and then I move the guards unit. I move north. I move it south to try and do this assault, throw in the tank and heavy artillery, because we're trying to push him out of that hex so we can be adjacent to Kiev next turn to try and do things. Discord dropped. Took us a little while. We got ourselves connected back up. And then, so I was 2 for this guy, 2 for this guy, 2 for this guy. That put me up to 6. And then I threw in an airplane, I think, for 7. -2 because he's in the swamp. So I was a +5 to his +2. And I rolled a 9. Fender rolled a 5 +2 to 7. We had some connection issues here because, like, he had to leave the room and check back in, but he'd already rolled his die on his machine, so that was a test die roll to make sure it was registering again. Okay, so I think I have to roll my heavy artillery here. And I got it back in 5 turns, so I won't see it forever. I had these 2 guys coming in here. I think I'll throw in an airplane as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 -2 should make me a 3. Why am I a 5? There I am. I'm a 3, and he's a 3, so I was just trying to get a split, and I didn't get it. One of the things you got to do with the Soviets when you're in this kind of situation is you do need to make as many die rolls as you can think of at halfway decent odds, like even like that, and just hope that you get a split. It's the only way it works. And if you don't get the split, you don't get the split. And he's there because I'm afraid of German breakthrough if he gets a fair weather turn next turn and just starting to surround a bunch of my guys, giving me lots of headaches. So going to the no supply phase. Nobody wanted to remove anything. Here's the Axis, or no, we went back because there was something he wanted to remove. What was it he removed? Oh, the Italian convoy. He wanted that out of there because he was having trouble supplying things in the Middle East. Okay. So now we're in replacements. It gets back his things there. He starts doing his airplanes everywhere. And now I'm doing my airplanes. I did all the US here. And then do some British as well. And the Soviets just replenished their airplanes. There's no upgrades left, no mobilization for the Axis. He put the paratrooper in the east. And then built his Italian fleet down in Sicily. And then the Soviets did they have anything? Oh, I built my convoy back up here. This is to present the threat of, invading Helsinki and conquering Finland or something. It's something that makes the German have to kind of think about. Although, again, I would be in the situation where if you want to waste your one surprise attack marker for 44 and taking out Helsinki, go right ahead. It's not going to help you in the long run. So we go into the end of turn phase. Again, that's going to be us taking stuff off of here and putting it on here. So you just get to watch us do that. The Soviets get another factory. And we're in June. And he rolls the weather, and it's 441. And if you go to the weather track, you will see that it's going to become fair, fair, and fair. So he is so we were kind of talking about some of the possibilities of where the Allies could possibly land to get a good landing off. All right, and that's going to be the end of May. Next time we will do June with all fair weather. So I don't want that card. Right, we will do June next time around. Again, these poor weather turns are not taking very long, so again, only like 20-minute video. I am facing, 3 German aircraft in Germany, so bombing is not working well. And then there's one of the reasons why I didn't do bombing last time is I was hoping for a fair weather turn, because in a fair weather turn, I can get off these bombers. Will actually help me as tactical bombers. So that's one of the things I'm running into here is I don't really have the American Air Force at full because I got so messed up in Norway and elsewhere. So I'm a little behind the curve, but I think being fair weather, I have to try and do an invasion somewhere to try and force the Germans in the east to, pull back and let the Russians have some land. So we'll see what he does next time. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like C, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified and upload videos and or schedule streams. Do leave me comments. I do respond to comments when people ask questions. Yeah, I'm Gen 608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.